The thought factor in achievement. All that a woman achieves and all that she fails to achieve is the direct result of her own thoughts. In a justly ordered universe, where loss of equipoise would mean total destruction, individual responsibility must be absolute. A woman's weakness and strength, purity and impurity, are her own, and not another woman's. Oh, hi. I was just reading some literature that I found in the house. It's this rather weird, absolutist, dogmatic, very Christian text. A strong woman cannot help a weaker unless that weaker is willing to be helped. And even then the weak woman must become strong of herself. She must, by her own efforts, develop the strength which she admires in another. None but herself can alter her condition. Yeah, okay. Weird. So, oh man, this country's just full of those fucking people that think that shit makes sense, and it's terrifying. I mean, it's best not to think about it too much. Check out this lovely, cool new hat I got. Alex bought me this charming beanie. I've had the hots for a kind of a fluoro beanie for a little while now. I mean, could save my life one day. I'm walking down the street, wearing all white. It's a snowstorm. Got white hair, and if not for the beanie, then ran over by a snowplow. So, should actually make sure I'm always wearing it now that I've said that. Anyway, here we go. More Jack updates. Sorry about the weird lighting conditions. This is hopefully going to be brief. I've said that before. Doesn't mean much. So what we've done, I can't really see much. Let's adjust, shall we? Okay. So all the jacks that I showed you before, I've put in these two jack posts here, either side of this hole. So where that hole was is where this timber column was. Now the timber column was just sitting on the ground, sitting on the stump of the old, it's kind of down there, sitting on the stump of the old steel column which had rusted out, and it was shonky as hell, man. Like someone's cousin must have done it, because there's no way a professional would have done that. So what I've done is I don't know, something slightly less shonky, but people will still look at this and say, oh my god, he's got a death wish. I have cribbed up the old base of this column, same as that one, then cracked out the concrete at the base of this one. This is the old footing. They poured concrete and then they put like slates, plates on top. Not sure why. Maybe because slate is just like super dense and it was just a nice surface to like bear down on. Anyway, if I crack that all out, sadly the slate isn't level. I put like a square, something I knew to be square on there, and yeah, it's on a bit of a lean, and I don't want to be putting like several tons through a post that's on a lean. That just is a bit of a recipe for disaster. So what I'm going to have to do, I think, is crib around this hole. I don't want to dig the hole much bigger because, as you can see, we're in very close proximity to these two other footings, and they've got tons bearing down through them. So if we crack the concrete out too close to those, it could compromise them and they could do a little bit of a freak out, and that'd be bad news. I think with that much weight coming down on something, if it all of a sudden decides to move in some direction, because it can, it's going to move pretty quick and quite explosively and violently. So the more we can do to reduce the chances of that, the better. So I'm going to have to crib around this. So I think with two members going straddling it, and then another two straddling those, and then finally one crossing in the middle to seat the jack. So I'm going to do that now, and hopefully if I have enough time I'll show you the effects. So stay tuned, and once again thank you. Like, comment and subscribe.